Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on here and tell you a little something that's been going on with our family. I want there to be more awareness because I don't believe there is. So here we go. So on June 28th of 2023, we were in Florida on vacation and we had really just gotten there. We were traveling for most of it. And our son Andrew, he wasn't feeling well that day, but we still went to the beach and were there for probably 3 to 4 hours. And this was again in Florida, the Anna Maria Island area. Very beautiful. And we were enjoying, but him not so much. We just thought maybe he was just getting overheated. It was extremely hot. It was a heat wave apparently going on that week. Well, he kept drinking waters and he still really wasn't feeling well. So I was like, well, maybe sun poison, maybe his asthma's kicking in. We weren't sure. So we left and we still stopped at a few places just to see, not a few places, but like areas nearby it just to see whether or not we could where we should go the next day, where would be a good place to set up our tent, for the next day. Not tent, but you know what I mean, our umbrella. So we left that area and Andrew just really wasn't feeling well. And he said, I really can't breathe. And so we're like, okay, let me stop by and get him some nausea medicine. I wasn't sure. I just really wasn't sure whether he just was having, like, it was just overheated. We really didn't know. I gave him his inhaler at that moment as well. And he was like, I feel a little bit better. So we go back to the hotel and he lays down and then he just starts throwing up. And my husband, he's trying to clean that up, and Andrew says, I really would just like to go in the shower. And so I just sat there for a little bit, just sitting in the shower. Still wasn't feeling well at all. I went and got more medicine. I got Tylenol because he had a little fever. Also got food for the kids, and I decided to take them to the pool at the hotel so that Andrew could rest. But before that, he said, I can't breathe still. So my husband, he actually had a heart attack in March of this year as well. So we take an oximeter with us and blood pressure machine thing with us anywhere we go, just to make sure that he's fine too. So I checked his oxygen. His oxygen was 95, which isn't bad. And then anyway, he rested. He actually went to sleep after throwing up like 4 times, I think. And so 45 minutes later, me and the kids were done at the pool. And I came back to the room and he woke up and he said, I can't breathe. So I checked his oxygen again and it went to 79. That is extremely low. If you're at 79, if you're actually under 90, you need to go to the hospital right away. So 79 is too low. So I put clothes on him because he just had his shorts on, and I said, we just need to, I wasn't trying to scare anybody, but I was like, Andrew, we got to go to the hospital. You're not well at the moment, so we just need to make sure you're okay, okay? Put on a jersey on him that he had just bought. It was Charlotte Hornets, number 0. I don't know personally who that is. If anybody out there does, I can't find that jersey anymore. He said it's rare. It was that pretty blue and purple around the collar. It was a basketball jersey. I'll get to that in a minute. So, we go. My son's still saying I can't breathe. We go to the hospital. They were not taking us seriously there. And they put the little oxy thingy on his finger, the one that they have, and it was reading 83 while we were there, and they were like, well, this can't be right. And I was like, it's right, and he needs oxygen. And they were like, okay, just go sit back in the lobby. I go back in the lobby, and he's like, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. And I ran to them. I said, you need to get my son some oxygen. He can't breathe. That thing you put on his finger is correct. They're like, well, we don't have pediatric finger oxys, and I said, to look at his fingers. They're not a child's finger. He has like adult fingers. This is reading correctly. So they finally get him back to a room, and I'm crying. I'm always crying. And the lady, she hugs me, and she's like, he's gonna be okay. So the respiratory guy comes in and puts a mask, or no, he just does I guess this oxygen part right here on his face, and it has albuterol and a steroid in it. And, you know, his oxygen goes back to 100. And he was like, this is probably all he's going to need. And so my husband, he at first did not want all of us to go, but I was like, no, we're going, because we go as a family. We do everything as a family, and I'm worried about my kid too. And he's like, it's already, we went to the ER at 10:30 in the evening on the 28th of June. And so it was probably midnight, I believe, at this point. Maybe 11:30, closer to midnight. And he's like, you need to take the kids back and let them sleep. And he said, it's going to be a very long night. And I said, okay, I'll go do that. I didn't want to leave my son. I didn't have a good feeling about him at all. And, you know, they did do the blood work there. They did it right away. And that was the first thing they did. So, go back to the hotel, and I put the kids to sleep. Actually, they just went to bed right away. And I still had this feeling. I was like, something's not right. I don't know what it is. I think it's just moms, they just know. They know. Y'all know we know. We know our babies. They grew in us. We know them. And, you know, my son is 11 years old. I've known him for 11 years. Plus growing in me. So I know him. So I pack up the whole hotel. The whole room. I pack it up because I said to myself, we will not be coming back to this room. I just know we're not coming back to this room. My husband is writing, and he says it's not looking good for Andrew. And I was like, what's going on? And he said, they're on their third mask for him. That's not working. His oxygen will go to 97, and it would go right back down to 70s. And Andrew wasn't doing well. And he said, you need to go ahead and pack. And I said, it's already done. At this point, it was 3 in the morning. And my husband said, you need to come, because I don't think he's going to make it. And wake the kids up and get here now. So I wake the kids up, and I had already called the lady in the lobby to bring me up a cart. So we have a medical emergency, and I need a cart right now. And she brought me one. I had packed it all up, and I said, kids, we gotta go. I said, Andrew's not well. So I pack up the van the best I can. Basically, I just threw everything in there because we had 6 people. And I'm talking about beach chairs, luggages, coolers, you name it. We have it because we just started our vacation, and instead of us being able to use most of our things and whatever, I'm taking it all with me.